What's going on, folks? I'm about to show you how you would change out your cartridge that's inside of your faucet. The reason you may have to change out this cartridge is because sometimes you can have your handles on your faucet, even when your water's off, you can still have water that's kind of dripping out. A lot of times what you'll see is water kind of dripping around the edge of your handle. And what that basically means is that if your handle's all the way off and you're still having water dripping out, is that you have a bad faucet cartridge. And to change that out, almost first thing you'll have to do is remove like your symbol. Basically just take a flathead screwdriver or a knife or something and kind of stick it right in this little gap that's right here, that's in between the handle itself and that little symbol. And once you do that, it'll come out like that. Now that I have this out, what you can see inside of here is you'll have a screw. Normally it'll be a Phillips head, but it could possibly be a straight head. And all you gotta do now is just take it and remove that screw from out of here like that. And once you have that screw out of here, next what you're going to do is just basically pull off your handle. And you just want to wiggle your handle off. Now what you see right here, this is actually your faucet cartridge right here. That's actually causing your problem when you're turning your water off. Now it's important, before you remove this cartridge, you need to turn the water off to your faucet. So you need to look underneath your sink and find a turn off valve, your shut off valve, and turn that valve off for your hot as well as your cold. Because if you remove this without turning off your water, then all your water is going to shoot out of here. So make sure that you turn off your shut off valve that goes to your faucet and wherever you're working at. If you're in the bathroom, go up underneath your bathroom sink and turn that off. Wherever your shut off valve is at, it should be the one you turn your water on, nothing comes out, because there's no more water going up here because you turned off your shut off valve. Once you've done that, most faucets will be about the same. If you can see right here, this is your cartridge right here. And to remove this one, if you can see like this little boat looking pattern right here, on this one I would just take it, and it's pretty much going to be a similar process on most of them. Maybe a little bit different the way you take it off, but it's the same concept. So see how I turned that? And once I have that loose on this one, I can pretty much unscrew this piece right here. And what this piece is just a piece that's holding down my actual cartridge right here. So once I have that done, normally what I can do is, like I said, make sure that you have your water turned off going to this faucet. If not, water's going to spray all out. Now you have that, you kind of just want to wiggle like that. And now it's out. This right here is actually your cartridge right here that basically controls the way your water, when your water comes out, when it goes off. But this can go bad to where you can have water that's leaking out of it around the rim on your faucet itself. And that's one of the biggest reasons to change this is because of that. Maybe you don't have the water's leaking around the edge of it, as well as sometimes this can be bad to where you're not getting the correct amount of water pressure when you turn your water on. So you may need to change out this cartridge. In some cases, it may just be cheaper to buy a whole new faucet if the cartridge is going to cost you between $5 and $7. Just depends on how much it will cost to buy a new faucet and install it. But in some cases, you may have a faucet that, you just like this particular faucet. It could be an expensive faucet to where you just want to save it. So you just want to replace this cartridge, So you would want to take this cartridge with you when you go to a store to buy a new one. You may be able to get one from like a plumber supply store, as well as possibly Home Depot and Lowe's or something like that. But take this with you to make sure you get the correct type that you need. And once you get, and if you can look into this hole now, as you can see, basically it's just a hole that goes to the back end where you would plug where you screw your water pipe onto it at. And also you can see on this cartridge, if you can look closely, you'll see it has like these little, basically like little spots that pop out on it. And this is telling you when you put your cartridge back in, if you can look right here, you'll see it has like two knockouts on both sides. And what that's telling you is that these little pieces right here, when you look at, you'll be able to see these little pieces. you just want to take your cartridge and slide it back in, lining those two little spots up with these gaps on both sides. And you'll know when it's back. If you put it in wrong, it won't go all the way back in correctly. So you want to make sure you line it up correctly. Then you just kind of want to push it back in like that to where it's all the way down inside. You should make a firm contact with, on this one, it's the black screw part that I'm touching against. So another good thing would be, before you take off your other cartridge, kind of take a second to look at it. That way you can see exactly how far your new ones, because you wouldn't want to put it in halfway like this. It's not all the way down right. So you want to make sure it's all the way back in place and in those two side grooves like that, those little knockout parts. Alright, so once you have your cartridge back down inside of it like that, now the next thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and do the reverse process. First, you want to take whatever bolt that you had that holds down your cartridge and put that back on there. Make sure you get it tight. You don't want to over tighten it, but make sure it's tight enough to make a firm, make sure it's nice and firm on there. Probably take a pair of pliers, maybe a monkey wrench or something, maybe turn it a good time so it's nice and tight like that. And once you do that, you're just going to take your handle, play until you get the back on correctly. A lot of times you can just spin it until it gets in the right spot. It'll go down. And once you've done that, you want to take your screw, make sure you tighten your screw up correctly, put your screw back in, tighten that screw back up, and then you want to put back on your cymbal, and you'll pretty much be done. Alright folks, once again, this is how you would change out a faucet cartridge that may be leaky. Alright, please check out our other videos and please subscribe. Thanks.